Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course from New Earth One Network. This is designed exclusively for your higher self connection and embodiment. Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course. We are back with a beautiful soul who, through her own trials and tribulations, has developed a very powerful and effective clearing system. This is Victim Consciousness Karmic Debts Clearing with Tena Cacic. And we are so happy to be back with Tena. Hi, Tena, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me again. It was my pleasure talking with you and serving your audience. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you. For those who are not familiar with you, I'm going to just share that you have gone through rather deep karmic issues in your life and overcome and transcended a lot of pain in your relationships and your family. And that is all in our archives for folks if they want to go listen to that. But just being in your presence with someone so young and vibrant is exciting because it gives all of us hope that the issues that may trigger us, we can totally be done with them. So in this episode, we're talking about victim consciousness and karmic debts. Let's have you explain the importance of this topic, even in your own life.
Yes, thank you. It is very important from my personal experience to clear karmic death. What is karmic death? Karmic death is a specific type of negative vibration that result from unresolved emotional, physical, or spiritual trauma. And it has to do with unfinished emotional affairs, projections, rejections, interactions, and karmic relationships. It has to do with unresolved problems and situations and a continuous state of an internal automatic reaction to ideas, people, and situation around you. So what happens? Let's say that in previous lifetimes, you have unresolved issues with your children, your daughter, or your son. You die, and this resentment, or if you fight around inheritance, it's unresolved. So you carry that energy, betrayal, energy of betrayal, energy of feeling left alone, abandonment. You carry that in your next lifetime to resolve that. And of course, if you don't do your homework, then you carry that in other lifetimes until you resolve it. And the problem is, when we incarnate in this reality, we forget. We forgot that we are divine beings and that we agreed to play that game, and the whole humanity plays victim game. That's the game the whole humanity plays. We came here to experience ourselves as players in a victim game, to experience ourselves as a victim, savior, and abuser also. So what happens? Let's say that you argue, that you fight with someone. Then you push your energy into that person's field, and that person fight back, and he or she push her or his energy into your field. And if that energy is still stuck in your field, it can feel like a trigger, like something is off, something unpleasant. And that creates that is basically karmic death, because you owe that person his or her energy, and that person owes you your energy. In a victim game, we feel empowered by interfering with each other's field and living on each other's energy. So savior saves the victim and feel powerful by saving, poor helpless victim. And abuser feels powerful when he or she abuses the victim. And the point is, what I want to emphasize is, I play victim, I play abuser, and I play the savior. So I play all three roles. And that is very important to be aware of and to clear, because by clearing emotional energy, clearing unresolved issues, unresolved soul business, we then liberate ourselves to be free to experience ourselves in a different way, in abundance, in a new earth reality. So I believe that's important, why it is important to clear the karmic debt.
Yes, and we may not even know that that exists within us, and becoming aware of the triggers is really the key. And it's a good step on someone's journey. You said victim, savior, and abuser. That's that, that triangle that many unconscious people are still playing the game of. And you said that you play those roles. Do you think we all play those roles in some form? Because if we're in it somehow, we can switch and play it, or what are you finding with that?
Yes. If you are not aware about the victim game, you probably play that. If you're aware, then you're just awareness, being present in the present moment, and oh wow, what's happening? Oh yeah, that's thought. It's not my thought. It's program running my head. I will just briefly explain you a situation I had a few days ago. I was in a coffee, drinking coffee with my friend and my sister, and everything was fine, And later, I noticed these weird thoughts and weird stories in my head. Oh, she said that she will go to drink coffee only when she is here. You're not important. Okay, what's that? And I caught that thoughts. I caught it. Okay, what's that? Where did that come from? It's so weird. So we have that, and the point is awareness. And by the way, you can see how in the collective, the most popular villain was coronavirus, and the people, victims, and the saviors, World Health Organization, all those measures. And what usually happens in a victim game is that victim starts to resent saviors. So you can see in collective level all of that protest against this government and all of that stuff. So it's just a representation of a victim game we play collectively. And of course, I play it with myself. I play it until I figure it out. Okay, you're a martyr mother. You play this victim game with your daughter and with your family, with your husband. So, yeah.
Tell us about the energy of this victim consciousness and our mission on Earth. We were chatting before, and you were starting to explain how our hearts want to fulfill our mission, but this karmic debt keeps us from that. It keeps our heart from making that happen and fulfill that.
Yes. I figure it, I learned about it recently, a few months ago, and I experienced that in my reality. So my soul wanted to be a scientist, to work on projects, to research, to do that kind of job, to finish my PhD. And okay, I finished my PhD, but what happened then? I got pregnant, I got married, and my first child died, and then I got pregnant with my second child. So I was in a family situation, and that was put aside, and it was fight inside of me. One side wanted to be free, to travel the world and to read, to write, to do the research, and the other side was loyal. I knew that I had to do my homework and to be with my daughter, to experience all of that what I have experienced. And there was a fight. So many lifetimes we lived fighting between what our heart wants for ourselves. Let's say you want to be a painter. You have this urge, your heart wants to paint, but your parents say, no, go to study math, because you will find a job, or study economics, and your heart bleeds. And sometimes you say yes to surroundings, to your family, because of loyalties. You don't want to disappoint them, so you're doing that because of them and not because of you. And if you die not following your heart, not becoming that painter, not painting and not presenting that paint to the world, then you died unsatisfied. Your soul is not fulfilled. And we carry a lot of that kind of trauma, of unfulfilled heart desire, unfulfilled mission. And the mission doesn't have to be something huge, like building some retreat center and whatever. Maybe your soul's mission, your soul's purpose, your soul's desire is to experience yourself as a musician, or as a astronaut. I don't know, maybe in a marine life. I'm not sure. So you have your own unique desires. And by putting that desires aside, you're creating karmic deaths.
We are creating karmic debt by not following the call of the heart. And it's interesting how the family mindset that we should do something, we see that a lot. Oftentimes people will go into the family business for supporting the family, but they're not really happy in doing that, is what you're saying. And so that's an unfulfilled life, and that's not good. And the karmic debt will be carried on to the next life.
And you know what usually happens? The business is not thriving. The business is not thriving. If you're doing something, I hate doing that. You can earn money, of course. However, something you will have lots of problems, probably with the business partners, with your employees. If you have employees, there will be a bunch of problems, because all that negative energy of doing something that you don't want, that you hate, reflects on your income, on abundance, on money. That's how it works. So we are now in a specific period of time. We are not in a survival mode. Okay, many people, yes, but there are energies, cosmic energies, that empowers us to follow our heart and to fulfill our heart's mission. And if you're unsatisfied with your job, you have to do something about it. So, and the first step is to be aware, okay, I'm not satisfied with this job, so what can I do? What makes my heart sing? What I love, what makes joy to me? And research that, question it, and when you feel triggered by something in your job, in your daily life, maybe husband, children, take that triggers as doors to subconscious beliefs, subconscious situations that limit your success, limit you following your heart desire. So triggers are very good stuff, actually.
It's almost like we should welcome the trigger. Can you explain, and you talked a little bit about this, how you stopped yourself, you heard those thoughts come in. That really is awareness and the power of awareness and being responsible for our energy. So kudos to you. Congratulations for you doing that. What would you recommend for folks who are feeling triggers? And it could be a trigger of something very mundane, like someone cutting you off on the road and just boiling over. That's where the trigger is so unconscious that we call that a boiling over point, right? Where it's boiling over. It could be other things that are triggering that, but it's still a trigger that made someone boil over and lose their cool. And gosh, in the collective right now, if those check in with the mainstream media, we can see how that's happening. So what would you recommend for those who are feeling the triggers? How do we lean into a trigger? And what do we do with it?
Well, there is one sentence I love to mention I love to repeat. Feeling is healing. First, awareness. Okay, I'm feeling that. Take a deep breath and let it go. And of course, just you becoming present in this moment and aware, okay, something is happening. What's that? And since it's something unpleasant, it's not you, it's not who you are. You are light, you are love, you are ease. And that's the way your life should be. However, if you feel that, you can take a deep breath and release it, or you can give yourself compassion for what's happening to you. Let's say somebody did that with the car. Said, I'm so sorry he hurt you. And in the third person, because your higher self, you who is whole, is giving compassion to a wounded part of you. So I love compassion because when I feel triggered, particularly before, a few years ago, it helped me a lot. Okay, I'm so sorry he hurt you. I'm so sorry she betrayed you. I'm so sorry you feel like you're no one. I'm so sorry you feel like you're not important. I'm so sorry you live in such a world full of villains and full of darkness. I'm so sorry their darkness is stronger than your light. It's in your heart. Your heart gives compassion to the wounded part of you. I love that. So everyone can use that.
Compassion, the power of compassion. Very, very good. Thank you. So you will be hosting a clearing series for people to release victim consciousness. We're going to talk about what goes on in each of those sessions in a moment. Can we do something for our group here today to experience some clearing?
Okay, yes, we can do a group clearing, short group clearing on a topic, loyalties. So all loyalties to family members and unresolved souls issues, so that we clear that, so we liberate ourselves toward fulfilling our soul's mission in this lifetime. So if you are ready, we can start. So I will just put off my camera. When I do that, I do a weird face. So yeah, just a second. Take a deep breath. Now we are connecting to the light. Imagine that you are very, very tall, and the light, the source, your higher self, is pouring like a waterfall through your crown, through our collective crown. So we are in a circle. Our collective field is receiving clearings. So yeah, the light, crown, clearing anything that stops you from being fully connected with your higher self, with your soul's mission, soul's purpose, heart desires. Okay, light. So now we are clearing. We are doing acceleration, and at some point we will transfer to the compassion key. We will just follow the energy. So all stories regarding your excuses why you couldn't be who you wanted to be. Okay, and a lot of grief. Light. A lot of grief, lots of regrets. Now we are clearing lifetime spaces, immense realities where we died, and it's a sadness, huge sadness, died without being an experience what we wanted to experience. So we felt like a coward, we felt like not worthy. Okay, and grief and regret. So now we are clearing grief and regret. Okay, and all stories connected with grief and regret in our head. So that impulses now being released. Okay, implants that transmit, you don't deserve, you have your family, you can't go there, you have children, you can't leave your children. So okay, and there is a resentment toward children because you couldn't go there because you had children. Okay, light. Okay, oh wow, so something is between you and your children. Light. Oh, okay, sacrificing for children. Now being cleared, light, and the light is pouring through eyes, so clearing veil that stops us from seeing who we truly are, seeing the reality of abundance beings, who we are. Okay, and all this manipulation. Manipulation is now clearing from our eyes so we can see the truth. Okay, clearing the ears, voices of our moms or our dads, of our children. Do that, be that, work like whatever. Okay, so light. All their stories, so all stories is not your unique soul story, now being released, now being cleared, light clear. Okay, clearing the back of the head and the throat. So all unspoken words where we couldn't stand for ourselves, where we didn't have courage to say, I want to be a painter, I'm not, doing that. Okay, light clear. And anger, a lot of anger that was lashed towards you from your mother, from your father, from your children, and everywhere where you did the same thing to your children. We play all three roles. So all this karmic death, all their energy, everywhere where we still hold in our body energy of our lineage who died with deep regret. Okay, light. Okay. Okay, going down, chest, everything what is, feels like restrictions. Like in prison, I can't do that. So everywhere where you didn't allow yourself, you didn't give permission to yourself. That's a huge one. We have to do the compassion. Now focus on your heart center and solar plexus and say, I'm so sorry you didn't give permission to be who you wanted to be. Okay. Okay, and everything what that comes from that place. I'm so sorry you punished yourself by not doing what your soul wanted to do. Okay, so all this punishment. I'm so sorry their darkness was stronger than your light. I'm so sorry hunger stopped you from fulfilling your heart's desires. I'm so sorry starvation stopped you from fulfilling your heart's desires. Okay. Yeah, how can you even think about your heart desires when your belly is empty, when your mouth are dry and all of the lots of grief, dry mouth from dying from, yeah, we carry that from our lineage. So all energies we are going into Akashic records. So we are identifying, locating all every patterns in the form of energetic vibrations, vibration that carry the hunger, dying from hunger, dying from starvation, light, like that. All agrees between us and our lineage. Yeah, clear. So now we're clearing that. You will have the memory, so you experience that lesson, but it won't be charged. Negative emotions. So all these charges, okay, curses, black magic, voodoo, okay, influence, alien interferences. So now we are going, oh my God, that's a huge one. So now we are going to galactic level. So everywhere we didn't unfulfill our galactic mission. So whatever it was, it died. Okay, light, and clear. And regret punishing ourselves, light. So now we are clearing the fall of Terra and all those energies around that. Okay, light, and vows. Everywhere we vowed in that hard situation, we will never ever fulfill our mission. So we were so angry, we vowed we will never ever think about it, we will never ever try. Yeah, we will never ever come here to this earth and remember what we came here to do. All agreements now being cleared, now being released, and everything what is connected, all entanglements, other people's energy, alien machinery, all of that manipulation stuff, all of part of ourselves stuck in false, some kind of artificial timelines, artificial matrix, holding that you are not good enough, you won't do that, it's better to obey the rules, obey your collective, obey the government, obey, light, and clear. Okay, let's scan the field. So the intention is to receive everything what you need in this moment, what is right for you. Okay, and anything that stops you from accepting that, from receiving it. Okay, now we are clearing that. Okay. Just focus in your heart and say, I'm so sorry you forget that you are a divine being. I'm so sorry you forget you choose to have that experience. I'm so sorry you forget that you can choose differently. I'm so sorry you don't choose to release all karmic death that stops you from living your heart's purpose. I'm so sorry you don't choose sovereignty and freedom. Okay. I'm so sorry you don't let go of all excuses why you can't be what you came here to be and do. So now clearing excuses. And let's present all these victim consciousness patterns. Oh, no matter how much I try, I can't. Okay, all this deep karma of helplessness, powerlessness. Okay, light. I think we will go deeper in the next month, but now we are just clearing this light, helplessness, hopelessness. Okay, it's time to take responsibility for your life, for your emotions, for your thoughts. Yeah, responsible, and you can do that. Yes, of course you can. So all stories why you can't take responsibility for your situation, relationships, financial situations. So now we are clearing that. The only way is to take responsibility. Okay, light. Okay, now we are grounding into a new earth, 5D earth, earth of abundance, sovereignty, and freedom. Okay, and now we are sealing this with the NPA. This I choose sovereignty and freedom. This energy of I choose sovereignty and freedom, this pure energy of I choose sovereignty and freedom is not personal. This pure energy of I choose sovereignty and freedom is not personal, and I'm willing to experience it. Okay, just say your name. Now we are doing soul retrieval, so part of your soul that are ready to integrate from a higher level now are integrating from middle and from lower. Okay, balancing left and right, up and down. Every cell is enlightened, bathing in the pure source energy. In peace, we are aware that we are sovereign, we are abundant, we are free. And so it is.
And so it is. We are clear and we are sparkly. That was amazing. In the middle of that, I remembered where I didn't give my permission to follow the call of my heart. And I actually traced it back to many past lifetimes. And it has to do with singing. I've always wanted to sing, and yet I punished myself because my belief that I couldn't sing from an experience where not only did others judge me, but I judged myself. And I was taken off the planet for singing. So I remembered all of that as we cleared that. So now, am I going to sing? I don't know about that. But there's definitely a shift in the energy from that awareness. Yeah. And I hope that everyone's feeling really good after that. And it's an example. My example is just one way that others can start to recognize something within themselves in this process. So thank you for that. I love that we have to take the responsibility of the energy in order to clear it. And this ties into financial aspects, big time, money, right? If people want to get out of debt, not just karmic debt, but debt, we have to take responsibility for it. And many of us are victims to money, aren't we?
Yeah, or we perceive ourselves as a victim to money. However, money is just a symptom of my own consciousness. So here is my experience. In 2014, 2015, we lived on my maternal leave money. So it was very low income. And so it doesn't come just money problem. Money problems within consciousness stuff. You probably have problems with your your relationships. You probably have lots of triggers, lots of stuff around you trigger you. You feel probably helpless because government is so corrupted and all of that bad stuff is happening, and that triggers you a lot, and you feel like a helpless victim. Like I felt because of my daughter who was disabled, my husband who suffered PTSD, so he couldn't work. So we spent all money we had on treating, all of that stuff. He didn't work, I didn't work, so we were totally. It's not totally broke, but I suppose that if you're in similar situation, you probably have something. You're probably, if you're listening this, you probably have your computer and some place to live and something to eat. You have shelter. I had that, and that's a good start. Oh, thank you very much for having that. My sister offered me. She helped me and my family when we were in a really bad financial situation, and my family later helped me. And here, this is the result. This was in 2015, and I couldn't afford myself packages in telesummits, but I listened live calls and and recorded calls, and I listened energy clearings, and I listened to free stuff, and I really wanted to, put myself out of that mud. And now it's 2022. Since 2018, my life went exponentially up, and we bought an apartment. So my husband recovered a lot of, we earned money, and my financial situation improved. By the way, I work as a music teacher. I love my job. I sing, I dance, I play, and I'm paid for that. I love my job. And this stuff, energy clearings, are apparently my soul mission, and I enjoy doing that. And what's also happening in my family, there are a lot of money is unexpected inheritance from a friend of, never mind, is coming to my family field, and different stuff arises. It's about a million or more, in euros, and energy. It's energetically very exhausting. So I notice a lot of discordant, crazy, wacky energies. So my family should be prepared to accept that amount of money. So that's the reason why I decided to do a karmic death clearing, because it's about my family. I'm doing it for myself, for my family, and don't want to be selfish. I'm doing it for you as well. So I know that it will be a great month. I feel that energy. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is very incredible how when we clear the negative energy, what flows in from that. Do you think that there are layers of victim consciousness?
Oh, no, I don't think. I know that. Layers and layers, and I still detect the layer of victim consciousness, like I described before, this thought flying in my head, because we are embedded. We are like swimming in the soup of victim consciousness. We are part of collective. So the collective affect us. And here is what is very interesting, and what I experienced in myself, so I can prove it is true. when you let's say that you are doing energetic work, and then I took their energy, or so you have to clear yourself, you have to ground yourself. When you clear the root of your triggers, the root of that negative energy, then this frequent, similar matches similar attracts similar. So you won't have that frequency in you that attracts that negativity from other people in your field. I can guarantee you that. So now my life is really, I can say, almost without triggers. However, when I do this energy clearing program, something presents in the form of, okay, what's happened that? Okay, these thoughts. So these thoughts are basically useful because I can share with you how it presented my reality. But there is one more thing I just want to mention. Usually I was triggered, I healed myself and become aware of new layers when either my daughter was sick, or my son was sick, or I was sick, or something bad happened, like unexpected expense or whatever. And now it's just coffee with a friend.
It's just coffee with a friend, so it gets easier. We get better at recognizing it, and it's little by little we move through it and get to the root of it. All right, well, that's very comforting for those who are becoming aware of this and thinking, I've cleared that already. So we don't beat ourselves up when it comes up to be cleared again. You're saying that we go into the trigger and use that to our advantage.
That's it. And it can be hard. I know it can be really hard, because when you are in that mud, the part of you just don't want to go out of that mud.
And it's the ego more than the heart.
Yeah.
Right? So this is really about coming into our hearts. And so what you're doing is helping facilitate people getting out of the head and into the heart.
Yeah.
But we have to clear that energy, because it's energy.
Yeah. And how I know that? Because it's me, it's me.
Yeah.
By clearing you, I'm clearing myself, because I'm aware of my ego. Imagine how strong ego I had by being a martyr mother. That identification with martyrhood. Okay, but people used to say, you're so strong. How brave you are. Yes. How many burdens can I carry on my back? I am the strongest one on this earth. No one can help me, not even God. How important. And and my problems are the worst problems, the biggest, and not even God can help heal my problems. And that's a huge issue. So we have to let go of that identification, ego identification.
Yes, and I just want to share again, recap your story. You have had a hard time, but look at you here today. That's what gives us hope. You lost a child, and you have another child that with special needs that took a lot of your time and attention, and the journey with your husband. So good on you for keeping the faith and for going through this walk and working on yourself, doing the homework, as you say, because now you're a beautiful facilitator for everyone else. And the world really needs this. So it's beautiful. Did you want to add something there?
Yes, I just want to add to thank you because of this kind of telesummit you do. It provides me information. It provides me free energy clearing. It provides me access to the point I am now. I discovered the world of energy clearing telesummit, and oh my God, thank you for bringing that. Thank you.
Yes, well, it's my heart's passion to assist the planet, and that's why we do this every day. So it's the way we move into New Earth. And I know that everyone watching and listening is a New Earth leader. So thank you for that, Tena. I wanted to talk a little bit now about the class, the series that you're going to be doing. It's a clearing of victim consciousness karmic debts. There's 4
Yes.
modules, and these are exciting. Tell us what these modules are about and who they benefit.
Um, they benefit you. They benefit me. They benefit your family, your lineage. In first module, we will clear mother and female maternal lineage karmic debts. It's a special form of debt you inherited from your mom, I from my mom, and the hundreds of generations of a female lineage. And female karma carries the energy of repression, insecurity, weak boundaries, over apologizing, manipulation, guilt, naiveness, neediness, being over emotional. And you know what's happening, what happens with female energy during the centuries. Of course, females were repressed. This creative, receptive energy was nurturing, was suppressed and repressed. And by repressing that and suppressing that, it created also a lot of anger, because many females wanted to be something else, not just mothers and wives. And when we see the history, women were mostly mothers and wives, just a few 100 or 200 years ago, the situation changed. That is for module one. Module 2 is about father and male paternal lineage karmic debt clearing. And it's energy. It's also consists the pressure, the burdens and pressure of feeding their families, impose responsibility to their tribes, to countries. How many men went to war and didn't want to fight for what, So it all creates this karmic death, death energy, and these repressed emotions. Particularly, people say, boys don't cry, all these repressed emotions and being not resolved create karmic death. And this karmic death can reflect in your today's life by obstacles, by not, you try so hard but you can't success. There is something what stops you. There's some patterns that stops you from accomplishing your goals, accomplishing your dreams. So it has to be cleared, and that we will exactly, especially in module 3, clear powerlessness and learned helplessness. Yeah, it's very, very important to clear hidden blocks behind all chronic problems with manifestations, prosperity, relationship, attraction, and healings. And these blocks have roots in poverty, in scarcity and fear-based consciousness that plays out in a victim game. Poor me, I can't do that. No matter how much I try, nothing works for me. It's this victim game, karmic debt. And the 4th module is about clearing money fear programs blocking prosperity. Our relationship with money is probably, if you struggled with money, or in general in life, is rooted in anxiety, in shame and lack. So we can't get back into a holistic flow where we participate in life joy, with joy, and we are rewarded for being in that flow. So we have to clear this fear programming to be in the flow. And the truth is that many of money fear karmic program patterns don't directly have anything to do with money, at least not literally. Some of them have to do with our relationships, our beliefs about God and life, and that's what we are going to clear as well, and our holding ourselves back from authentically showing up in life. Some of them are about lack of trust, fear of future, and anxiety, while some of them are about the guilt and shame we may be holding from childhood and from past lives. So it's very important to clear that, because when we liberate that, let's say that you're a glass of water. So here you have these programs, negative programs. And when you clear that, then you have freedom to put positive energy, to put something new. So if you don't clear that, you don't have space to attract and to embody higher vibration. And after that, we will have a bonus, financial freedom flowing with your divine purpose. And the aim of bonus model is to increase receptivity, to anchor source, God consciousness, to open to something new, to new relationship, to new business, to help you to align with your purpose and to open your manifestation channels. It's all about opening the channels of allowing something new business, money, new relationships, to become truly empowered by source and to open ourselves to that. And that's our bonus session. And if you participate live, you can receive a mini one-on-one trigger release sessions, because we will start immediately with energy clearing. We will have around 45 minutes of group energy clearing, and then 30 minutes for one-on-one energy clearing sessions. And of course, you can write me on an email so I can address your specific topic in a one-on-one energy clearing sessions.
That is a beautiful program, very supportive there, very deep in the clearings that it offers. Interesting that it will change lives as we open the channels, we clear the energy and open the channels to allow. This is very deep work. What is the, like for your own life as well, what's the integration like after doing a session like this? Do you have any comments from others who've gone through this and your clients who've felt the release? What happens after?
Okay. Well, different stuff happens after, but the common thing is that everything is positive changes. I work with my friend. I love to explain this situation because it was unexpected. What happened with her. She was in debt, and she asked me to do a 21-day with her to do energy clearings around financial debt. And I think it was around 18 or 19 days, she got insight how she can resolve the debt. So she remembered some old insurance, she forgot about it. So she resolved that. And the best thing is she manifested a partner. And why is that important? Because she never had a healthy relationship. Okay, maybe far, long. It was long distance past, but she was always involved in unavailable mains, and she didn't want to, to share the bathroom with someone. So, and that was really surprising. And they bought apartment and they moved together just few weeks ago. So the love is blossoming, and so I love that example.
I love that too. That's the beautiful example of what happens when we clear out the negative energy that's literally keeping us from filling in the new and bringing in our essence of truly who we are. So thank you for that. You did mention in one of the modules, before I get there, I wanted to say that you worked with someone for 21 days, but this is 4 sessions over a month. And that's really great incubation for people to go deep within themselves, because they will change out over those 4 sessions.
Yes, and there is one important thing to mention. People, you can listen to that session again and again, because we are designing this session with intention that anytime you re-listen that session, that it clears what is ready to clear, especially for you, because it's source energy, it's infinite, it's God, source, universe, and our higher self know what should be cleared at specific time. So you can re-listen it, and I suggest that you don't drive when you listen it.
That's a good disclaimer.
Just lay down, be with yourself, set intention what you want to release, and just relax and surrender to the process.
Surrender. Thank you. Surrender to love and the process. It's beautiful. All right, now my next question is, you did mention alien interferences, and we went galactic in a way. Folks can be aware of past lives, but now we're taking this work into a cosmic level, intergalactic. Tell us about how intergalactic experiences, what are those that can come in and affect us?
Yeah, so it's as probably your listeners know, it's not our history of our Earth. It's not just what we know now. We lived in Gaia and in Tara and in many different bands, frequency bands. So when Tara fall, that caused trauma. And when Atlantis exploded, these crystals exploded. So we carry that soul fragments, somewhere captured in a soul, in a interdimensional pockets, in artificial timelines, and when we clear that also creates karmic debt, because part of your soul is stuck somewhere there in a frequency, in plane where you are not aware it exists. However, if you feel that guilt, huge guilt without reasons, and that's probably you carry something intergalactical, something interferences, and probably you also had experiences by being a villain, because the galactic level also plays a victim game. It's bad guys, good guys, so we are just clearing agreements with other galactic frequencies that we agree to know ourselves in that way. So no one is allowed to interfere with our field, because probably we did that unconsciously, maybe through manipulations so we are clearing those galactic interferences and alien implants and black magic, voodoo, curses. It's just a name for frequencies that interfere with our field, and the frequencies that are not us. It's not our soul energy. So it's briefly explained. Okay.
Yes, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation we can go deep into. Thank you so much for this. This is really good work that you're doing, good work for anyone who wants to be empowered in their life. The number one question that we hear from people is, what's my purpose? And so this will really help one unravel the negative impact so that the purpose can come through. The purpose of one's heart, the mission of one's heart can be heard and lived and manifested.
Yeah, and if I know it because I experienced with me and my purpose. I had a huge resistance toward energy clearings. I didn't perceive myself as someone who do energy clearings. It was fight. So if you feel like you're fighting inside of you, you have one part that it's your homework, do that, and the other part, no, and some kind of relationship with God. I was fighting God. No, I don't want to do that because my daughter is disabled. All that this kind of fight, inner struggle, and imbalances of male and female energies, and vows. I vowed, and that one guy helped me to discover that pattern. I vowed that I will never, set up my business and go into direction of energy clearing, because I vow that I will never allow my babies to die. And my projects, business, it's like my babies, and it was a huge responsibility. Oh, of course, I don't want to start that, because I experienced a lot of enforced responsibilities. Like I didn't want to, from this perspective, I didn't want to have experience my baby dying, and having disabled daughter with diapers. Yeah, right. But it was like imposed responsibility. So we are going to clear that, and that is also patterns that can be yours, of course, because we are all connected and we are all one.
Oh, thank you so much for your strength and your beauty and your wisdom, and stepping into what you were resisting. I find it really interesting. For example, someone could say, or me, I could say, I've been trying to finish a book for decades now, right? And so what is that resistance? This is an opportunity for people to truly go in to the resistance and figure out what's clearing. And you're the perfect person to help them do that. That's perfect for you. You love doing that, right?
Yeah, I do. It makes me happy.
All right. And so we invite all of those watching and listening to learn more about this beautiful clearing process with Tena. It's here on this webpage, and we're excited for this to begin. These events will be recorded if people can't make it live, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So that they can listen again as well. And we know that, as you mentioned, the higher self comes in. It's like an evolutionary spiral. Each time we listen again to the clearing, it'll help us get into those layers even more and follow the threads. And as you've witnessed yourself, stop ourselves when we are aware of those negative thoughts that come in, and to truly be in our heart. Yes.
That's it. Yes.
Tena, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We just hope that everyone watching and listening who feels this, who feels in their heart the need for clearing in this way, works with you. You're a beautiful soul and very supportive. And we love that the participants can email you, and you can address it in the call. Another way to support everyone very strongly. As we say goodbye, I just want to give you a moment for any last thoughts.
My last thoughts. Well, you know what? Everything is okay. Don't worry. You are at the right place at the right time. And we are all going toward the same direction. And it doesn't matter if someone is a few steps ahead of you, or, you have your own way, like Frank Sinatra said. Thank you.
You do you. There you go. Thank you so much, Tena, for your beautiful words and your high vibe inspiration. And thank you everyone for watching. Again, if you'd like to join in, we're excited to have you, and we invite you to check it out. Thank you everyone for your bright light. Thank you, Tena, for your courage and your love. Namaste.
Namaste.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.